Welcome to the top of the morning show. It's your girl, TT from the D. It is Thursday. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and I am super excited. I want to share 7 powerful reasons to bet on yourself. But before I get to that, I just want to say thank you, because I'm quite aware that you could have logged on and checked out any other podcast, but you chose TT from the D, the top of the morning show, and I am so grateful. So let's get right down to it. Would you ever really bet on yourself? Like we bet on others. You ever found yourself saying, you know what, I will really go hard for so and so because I see their potential. I know they can do it. What about you? Have you ever had somebody say, you know what, you ain't trusting and believing in yourself, but I see your potential, so let me bet on you? How many times have you sown a seed into other people's visions? You supported their goals, but yet you've never planted a seed in your own garden. You've never really honestly went after your own goal. Because even if you started, sometimes we get sidetracked. As some would say, we get distracted, right? And then we find ourselves not really going full force, going hard for ourselves, and then trying to measure it against that person that we really gave our all, or we spent years supporting to help them build an empire. And while you were grinding with them, you felt like, as I go along this journey with them, I know that it's going to work out for me. And you would assume, like, they'll make me a partner, or they'll ask me to invest, you know, depending on what your relationship is, what you bring to the table, things of that nature. You never see it where they totally pick up somebody who was not even around and just say, oh yeah, this person running with me on my team. And you looking like, where'd they come from? But please believe, people are always watching. But back to that golden question, would you ever bet on yourself? Right? When you're trying to chase your goals, your dreams, and really climb the ladder to success. Now, if you say, yeah, heck yeah, I hope you say heck yeah. If you say, well, yeah, I mean, I guess, and you're not sure, then you haven't. Number 1, learn to calculate the risk, right? We don't want to really take risk, right? It's like betting. When we go to the casino, you know, let's just say, I hear so many people say, I'm taking $20, or I ain't gonna spend no more than $50, and when that's gone, it's gone. Because they figure, if I win anything off of this $20 or $50, then I gain. I ain't lose anything because this is what I had to play with. But then if you lose, you like, okay, I ain't really lose because this is what I had to play with. But what about the person who takes everything and they take that risk? So we're not talking about that kind of risk as in money, but taking that kind of risk as in building your own empire. That kind of risk for yourself. If anybody's worth taking a risk for, isn't it the man, the woman in the mirror? Now that's a rhetorical question, but ask yourself, if anybody's worth the risk, wouldn't it be me? Right? And isn't that being realistic to really think about that and ask yourself that? You want to live, as they say, your best life. You want to live your dreams, right? And you want to go after what you want. You tell people, don't you encourage people, live your best life, or go after what you want, or whatever. If you have a child or children, always encourage them to be a better version of themselves, telling them that they can be anything they want to believe that they can be. Well, what about you? Does that not stand for you? You got to stop playing it safe and learn how to really calculate the risk that you need to take. At the end of that tunnel, although it can seem dim, you got to decide if you're going to go all the way through. Because, you know, before you enter the tunnel, you know, we're going to step to the side, to the left. We're going to look down, you know, oh, let me see. Do it seem like how long is that tunnel? You know, you're going to try to see if you can go to the back, but it's a long tunnel. And when you start off, you're like, it's not really a lot of light. But I heard that there's whatever that you're seeking at the end of the tunnel, but you got to go through a little bit of darkness. Everything ain't gonna be so bright and sunny. So do you walk in that tunnel? You know, now I would say if there's no signs outside saying do not enter or blah blah blah, you know, you might want to take the risk. But how many people have you known personally Not he say, she say. I heard that there's so-and-so in there. How many people you know actually entered that tunnel and came out with what you're seeking? If you have some people that have done that, then I would say, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. That's a good risk to take. But you got to believe. You got to have that faith that you're going to do it, what it is you say you want to do. Because when you talk to God and you tell God, like, I just want to have, he will position you. But it's all about, do you recognize, do you understand that he has positioned you? He's changed your direction. If you're focused on what you have done and you ain't focused on what you see being done for you, then you're really not focused and you're really not taking any type of risk, right? Number 2, you held yourself to the higher standards when you take risk, right? When you bet on yourself. Because betting on yourself can also elevate your standards. It helps you raise the bar. You know, we're our own worst critics. We like to say we enjoy constructive criticism, but some of y'all, you ready for somebody to say something about what your business did, what it didn't do, how you could have did. Oh, you on some, I wish a mother effer would. I'm working on my cousin. So, but how are you saying that you're ready for it and you want feedback? Do you only want the feedback when it's positive? Or are you open to receive all levels of feedback? Because that's what's going to ultimately help you grow. When you learn how to understand what people expect of you based off of what you expect of yourself. If you said you were going to do certain things, they're sitting there waiting for it, right? You've leveled the ground. You've placed the standards there. So you have to say, okay, this is what's expected of me, but better yet, what do you expect of yourself? That, my friend, will be one of the tools in your toolbox that will help you catapult yourself and grow. Number 3, you create more opportunities when you bet on yourself. Yes, you do. That's because you don't have any limits to what you can do for yourself or what you're willing to do for yourself. Well, you should. Instead, you create your own level of greatness. Whatever you choose, how high you want to go, who's stopping you? As they say, you know, who gonna check me, boo, right? Who gonna stop you from growing? Who's gonna stop you from elevating, going to the top of that mountain that you are looking up at from ground zero and saying, one day I'm gonna build my empire upon this rock, but I gotta figure a way to get up there. What if when you get to the top, it's not even, it's not leveled out? Then there's going to be more work you got to do, because it already took a lot of work for you to get from the bottom to the top, right? But you create that opportunity. When you realize what you need to grow and advance, it's smooth sailing from there. Number 4, you allow yourself to reach your dreams, or you allow yourself to reach the pivot table to put your dreams in there and change things. Because sometimes I have to be honest, we sing the song and dance, right? But yet we throw our dreams in a recycling bin, or we throw our dreams in a basket and we'll deal with them later, right? But what happens when later doesn't manifest for you? What do? We're not all in a position where tomorrow is necessarily going to be the opportunity. You could very well be somewhere in the world outside of your normal home or state or city and say, you know, I went out here to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to give it all I got. And you're out there and you're getting ready to quit because you just can't do it no more. Then you're really not allowing yourself to chase and reach after your dreams. But if you learn to bet on yourself, I promise you, you stick to the course like a captain does the ship. It's best when he follows that course, right? Because if something was to go wrong, then they know that the Coast Guards, they know, well, this is the pathway that this person chose to go. This is according to the information that they've retrieved, and they're going to go that course. If that captain gets off course with all those people, they're going to not be able to find them easily because they're following the course as the captain should, right? So you're the captain of your own ship. You dictate how you gonna move on those charted waters that we travel every day called life. The pathway, whatever you're choosing to do, however you're choosing to get there, you're navigating your path. You have to lay that foundation. Or if you on uncharted territories with charted waters, I'm metaphorically speaking, of course, so stay with me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, then you need to figure out the course you're on and leave a blueprint behind just in case you get off course, right? If somebody got to come out and kind of say, hey, let me gather you and help you get back to what you know you need to be or who you need to be, then they know how to find you. Okay. Number 5, you become irreplaceable at work. Why? Because your best investment is you, right? People value you. Your work ethic shows that you are amazing and awesome. Your position probably is secure, right? You're elevating, you're climbing the ladder. You're helping that organization that you work for be the best that it could possibly be because you're giving it all you got. Well, where's your tenacity and where's your energy to put that same energy into yourself? I'm going to wait on that. That's rhetorical, but I'm going to wait on it. Number 6, you attain better focus. Yes, when you bet on yourself, you get to assess yourself professionally, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. People start to notice you. People that see your growth also see your failures. It's funny how they'll point out your failures, but they don't do shit for you. See, I slipped up and cussed. Okay. They didn't do anything. Okay, that's better. They don't do anything to support or show you that they know that you're growing and salute you. Oh, but they're there with like the welcome wagon to let you know where you failed, right? They're going to say, well, at least I'll let you know I was at. No, you want to take the pathway that best suits you. Forward, to the left or the right, but not backwards, because you've already done what's back there. When you leave and set off to set your goals, when you're betting on yourself, you already know where you came from. Why are you going back? Why are you backpedaling? Don't. What God has for you is ahead of you, my friend. You might have to pause and step to the left for a second. You might have to pause and step to the right for a second. But do not forget to get back on that pathway and don't go backwards. What you have, that God has waiting for you, is straight ahead. All right, number 7, the final one. You have a clear vision of your future. When you go through all of those steps, you really realize it's a safe bet. Because if I'm investing in myself and it doesn't go through in the beginning or the first time or the second time or the third time, right? Then you're going to just say, you know what? I'm going to try again because it's worth it. It's worth it. You may hate your job, but you go to it every day. You might call off here and there, but overall, you go every day, whether you like it or not. You're investing in them and they're giving you a paycheck with a couple dollars to show you their gratitude. What about the gratitude you have for yourself? Do you know that you have gratitude for yourself? If you don't, then you need to remember, betting on yourself is the best bet you'll ever make. Because you've already betted on others. You've even anteed up for others so that they can win and they can see their visions and their goals manifest. What about you? You may not have that same support. You may not have the same type of people betting on you or depositing someone's seeds into your vision. Then that means that you got to save up. You don't have a lot to give other people, but you have a lot to give yourself. Isn't it time for you to bet on yourself? That's all I got for you this morning. It's a thankful Thursday morning, right? It's a thankful Thursday. And I'm super excited to be able to share these tad bit little notes with you. I hope that you found something or heard something that impacted you and imprinted upon you in a positive light. And I hope that you'll share it with someone else. Don't keep it to yourself, right? Let's not be selfish. We want to learn. We want to grow. We want to advance. And we can do all of that. Keep God first in everything you do. Seek Him first. Pray on that thing that you've been sitting on because you're afraid or somebody told you you can't do it or you're not good enough or you don't have what it takes or you're not ready. Who knows you better than you know yourself? The man above. So that should be the one that you tarry to and you talk to. Now, you can bounce some regular things off of your friend, your family members, your significant other, your spouse, hell, even your children. But the one that you need to really seek and ask is the man above. Until tomorrow morning, I hope that you have an amazing day. I hope the weather is beautiful and it's sunny and bright wherever you are in the world. It's your girl, TT from D, and I'll see you soon.